Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this Gallifreyan design. It was done using Loren Sherman's fan-made Gallifreyan script, which uses a combination of dots and lines on these 4 different stems to make our consonants. And vowels are these smaller circles here, and they're kind of tricky. They can change their location depending on if they're enclosed in one of these 4 vowel stems. So A's and U's are kind of opposite because A's are towards the outside and U's are towards the inside, whereas E's, I's, and U's are all in the same position. And the difference is the I's have a line going towards the middle and U's have a line going towards the outside. And then punctuation is on the punctuation circle, which is usually a double circle. So yeah, this is kind of an example of the vowels on the 4 different stems. So an A by itself, B, A, J, A, T, A, T, H, A, because B, J, T, T, H. So anyway, makes the most sense in practice, so let's go ahead and hop towards this design. So the typical sentence structure is bottom counterclockwise, but if you imagine an infinitely large circle, bottom counterclockwise would be left to right, because this circle would eventually curve up. But anyway, so this is our first word here, and here's the bottom of it. And then you also read the words bottom counterclockwise. So let's go ahead and look at this word. So this thick line has a shallow divot, which is this stem. And then coming from it, there are 2 lines. So these 2 lines, they can bend, they can curve, whatever. But these are just 2 lines sticking up off of this shallow divot stem. So that is a W. And then we have this smaller circle, so it's a vowel. And it's on the line in the word circle, so it's an E, like this. So W-E, and then we have an apostrophe. And now this would go towards a sentence circle, except there is no sentence circle here for it to go towards, because this is that linear style. So we just have those double lines going off, kind of doing their own thing, because this is the apostrophe. And then 1, 2, 3 dots closest to this shallow divot makes that an R with an E in the middle of it. So kind of like this stem with an E in the middle of it. So here's our next word. This is our sentence circle. This is the closest thing to the bottom of it, because remember, these are just lines from the W. So this is our next word. So here's our first letter. It's a small circle, so it's a vowel, and it's hanging outside the word circle, so it's an A. So A, and it's closer to here than to here, so we know it's part of this word. So A, continuing around. We have this double line here, so it's a double letter. So these 2 lines are the same thickness, so it is the same letter. So they're both in this row, and 1, 2, 3 dots are closest to that stem in this word. So that is an L, so that's a double L. So A-L-L, so word all. Here's our next word, this thick line here. And it has another double letter here, because this stem has got a double line, except they're 2 different thicknesses, so they're 2 different letters. So we read the thin one first, and let's look at all the lines that end on it. So this line ends on it. Even though this is just a little curvy thing here, it ends on it there, and it ends on it there. So that's 1, 2, 3 lines ending on the shallow divot. So that's an S with this thick one with nothing on it except for the O. So that's a T. And then we have this. It's like a bead on a string hanging out enclosed on the consonant stem. So it's like this. It's the O. So you can erase the line in the middle of the vowels and in the middle of the TH stems. That's fine. But anyway. So S-T-O. And then we have this other shallow divot with 3 dots next to it, which just like this R here with 3 dots next to the shallow divot. These 3 dots are closest to this shallow divot, so that's an R. And we have another double line here, thick and thin. And we can double up vowels just like we can double up consonants, as long as they remain small. So this thin one has a line going towards the middle, so that's an I. And this thick one has nothing on it, so that's an E. So I-E, continuing around. Now, even though this looks like another double line here, again, this is just the line from that W. So this is the stem here. And we have 1 line ending on it, 2 lines, 3 lines. So again, even though this looks kind of like an O, it's not, because this line ends. You would see it passing through here if it didn't end. So it just ends there and ends there. So 1, 2, 3, that's another S, just like this 1, 2, 3. So stories, here's our next word. It's got a little I with an N, pretty simple for the in. So I, N. And this is just the lines from the H on the T, H, E, because T, then H with an E. And then we have an E, N, So just like this end, complete circle inside the circle with one line coming from it. And then I forgot the dots on the D. Shoot, let me go fix that, because this says B. So this deep divot should have 3 dots on it. I'm going to go ahead and fix that in the video because I'm lazy and don't want to record the video again with my typo. There. It's got 3 dots now. Okay, cool. So that makes it a D. I'll re-export that later. Anyway, so in the end, with the dots there now we have this word. It's the bottom of this. This is the first stem, and it has nothing ending on it. Even though these lines pass through it, nothing ending on it makes it a J. J with the U, line going outwards. Here we have our S again, 1, 2, 3 lines on the shallow divot, and then T with nothing on it, just. Now we have this, it's a circle inside the circle, with 1, 2, 3 lines ending on it, so that's an M, A, continuing around. Here's 2 dots on a circle inside the circle, so that's a K, with the E at the end, and this is the only E I didn't put the, I kept the line here and here, but anyway, that E has the line ending going through it. So E, then we have an I, T. I forgot to mention, this thing here is an actual sentence circle that I've put a period on. So this is the period on the sentence circle. So that's the period. So M-A-K-E-I-T. Now we have this thick circle, so word circle with just an A on it. So that's the word Then we have a G-O-O-D. There's an actual D, unlike this which is a B. Just make it a good. And then O-N-E. Yay, just make it a good one. Sweet. So that's that. I'm gonna go re-upload this without the typo here. That's why I do these. It's to spell check myself. So yeah. See ya.